Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Lisa. Today I'd like to talk to you about the stages I went through to get bariatric surgery. So to start off, you have a referral from your GP who sends your information off and asks them to accept you for the bariatric surgery. So your first appointment will be with the clinical health nurse. Here in Gisborne, our health nurse is Sarah Garrett. And so when I first went to see her, it's just a matter of seeing if you meet most of or all of the criteria that they have. Are there any health risks? Have you had surgeries prior? Also, have you tried other avenues, like, other ways of losing weight, which most people that are overweight have? And she showed me an animated video of the actual procedure of the surgery, how the gastric sleeve is done, what the amount of the stomach that they cut away, and how it's done, like the putting the incisions that go into your tummy to use the tools to get it out and stitch everything up. Also, just an idea of what I've done in the past, reasons probably why, what I've eaten, which is obviously not good stuff, lots of personal questions too. So going to see her, I probably would have had at least 3 appointments with Sarah. Then I had an appointment to go and see the dietitian, Christina Cullen, which was really informative. Right at the start, they give you a lot of information on the types of foods to eat, the amounts of foods to eat, what you need to cut out right away, things like bread, alcohol, and sugar is a big thing. And so they just give you a really good guideline, and it's a lot of information to take in. You will work out what's good for you and what isn't. What might be great for some people could probably be bloody awful for others. And it's been a lot of trial and error for me. I've tried things, didn't like it, tried something else, thought it was okay, and then found something really magnificent and went crazy on it. So, yeah, it's a lot of trial and error, which is great because that means you're taking things in. So I've been to see the dietitian about 6 times. Some of these appointments, you get an appointment to see both on the one day, which is great. The more information and the more you see them, the better. The more you obviously need a lot more help. So, yeah, that's been good. You haven't been just left in the lurch or take all this in and then we'll see you later. So also you will see the psychologist. At the moment, our psychologist is Amberly Meredith, but I've just been to see her this week gone, and she's leaving, so we'll probably have a new psychologist here in Gisborne soon. So I've at those appointments, it's about you using or being able to understand why you've eaten the way you have, strategies to help when you're struggling and really struggling with something, which we all do, coping mechanisms, ways to get your mindset right. Like, there's going to be people in your life that think it's a shitty idea, and which is, seriously, it's not up to other people. It is certainly up to you. It's your decision, and you have to cope with it the best way you can. pushing aside negativity, it doesn't help. There's going to be a lot of that, whether it be your parents, your partner, whether it be your children, your so-called best friends. You just don't know. Yeah, and you've got to get around in your head how to cope with those, to keep yourself on track and keep yourself positive about, getting healthier, because you've tried everything else. So yeah, and they're there to help. It's not about finding out whether you're crazy or whatever. It's actually a great tool. It's a great helping mechanism for me. I found it really positive. I found a lot of things that I never really understood about myself that were the reasons why I ate. Yeah, and then now I think back and I'm like, wow, I actually never really thought about that. And so these appointments are great, like, and they're there to help. The whole team is. So as you go on, after having a certain amount of appointments, losing weight, you don't have to lose a lot of weight. It just needs to show that you're trying. Like, if there's something that you're struggling with, they'll talk to you at your appointments about it, and sort of find out ways of coping with it or getting past those certain barriers and things like that. So you'll then finally go to see the surgeon. The surgeon here doing our bariatric surgeries is Dr. Peter Stiven. And so when you go to see him, he will give you another run through of the actual procedure of the surgery, any complications and risks, all the risks that are involved, and how bad they can be, or how, apparently the risks are quite minimal, but they never cross it out. Like, there's always a chance that something could go wrong. And also to make sure that this, at this stage, even though it's been a long road, is it still really what you want? Because a lot of people do change their mind. They even come up to almost surgery day and they change their minds and decide, I think I'd really rather just cope the way I've been going. I'm doing okay, and that's great. A lot of people, surgery is not for them. Having this surgery for one reason or another, it could be just stresses at home, it could be other reasons, maybe they'll pick it up at another time, but that's what your surgeon will ask you, is this definitely what you want? So when you agree, you sign a paper, say yes, I would like to go ahead with the surgery, and then they will tell you that your next appointment you will have to go and see the anaesthetist. So in doing that, you go in, they check your blood pressure and all your vitals and everything, make sure that you're okay. If you have any complications, any concerns that the anaesthetist may have to work on or work with while you're in surgery, then they try to get you as healthy as possible, like the healthiest you can possibly be. All right, so with me, I had blood pressure. My blood pressure was up a bit high. I had to go and see my GP, who gave me some tablets to open up my blood vessels, which helped. Within 2 days of having that, my blood pressure was going down. It was great. I was feeling a bit better too. I noticed that, I did feel a lot better. So I didn't actually realise my blood pressure was not good. So you see the anaesthetist, they check you out. If everything's fine, then they refer you on to the house surgeon. So you go and see the house surgeon next. Basically, they check everything again, and if everything's fine, your house surgeon will approve the surgery to go ahead for a date, and then the nurse that's there, she will give you a tube of pre-op wash, which is the stuff you have to clean your tummy area with the night before surgery and the morning of. Okay, and she gives you a bit of an idea of where to go for day surgery, to have your op and what time to come in. If you're early, you have to be in about 7:30. If you're in the evening, I think be in by midday. I think it is something like that. So that's the house surgeon, and then you will be given a call. You get a phone call from the theatre nurse who will give you a date. So once you've had your date, you will probably have to go back and see your dietitian, and she will put you on the pre-op diet. Here in Gisborne, it's the Optifast diet, which is 3 Optifast products a day and 2 cups of non-starchy veg. 2 litres of water a day, and still just in exercising as well. So so that's when you get your date. So then you see your dietitian. So I've got 5 days to go, and I've had 3 weeks of Optifast products. I'm on halfway through my 3rd week. And I've seen the dietitian. She's sort of had a run through how I'm going, what I'm going to expect after surgery, the day of surgery when I come out, what I will be eating within the 3 days, because you have to stay in the hospital here for 3 days. And they'll give you bariatric fluids, which I think are probably clear soups or broth soups, lots of water, not sure what else, I cannot remember now, but and so that's the day of surgery. And also I have seen on that same day, I went to see the psychologist, who was really excited for me. She's like, noticed that my face had gone right in a lot. She said, "Oh, goodness, you can really see it." It was a bit lumpy before, but yeah. And so, which is a good thing. I'm glad I've been to see them before my surgery. So I'm on my last few days of pre-op diet, and it's going okay. I haven't lost a significant amount of weight. I think from today, probably about 4 kilos so far. But I've still another 4 or 5 days to go, and of it, and I'm hoping I lose a little bit more. I'm not fussing about it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And the pre-op diet is all about shrinking your liver anyway. So long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, not putting anything yucky in there, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so shrinking the liver is all about making sure that the surgeon can get at your tummy without any complications, that the liver's not going to be, a big pain in the ass for them to get at it. Because the dietitian also told me that if they go in, they look around with the camera, because they do laparoscopic surgery, They go in, put the camera in to have a look around. If they feel that your liver still isn't quite what it's supposed to be, they will actually either probably postpone it, or they will have to actually do open surgery, which is a lot worse. The recovery time is not good. Very. Okay, so yeah, it is not easy. The pre-op diet is a bit of a struggle, and you've just got to keep in mind, you've come this far, you've got to keep on the right track. You don't want them to go in there and then finally say, well, look, we couldn't do it because your liver is just gross. You're going to have to do another 3 weeks, and who wants that? No one. No one. Okay, so yeah. So then you finally get your surgery day. I've got my phone call for the surgery 4 weeks before, so it's, when you're keen, you're eager, you're enthusiastic, you want to get it done, you're finally nearly there, and you still have a few days to go, like weeks to go, and you think, oh gosh, okay. But as it gets closer, you will feel all the normal things like nervous, a bit worried, excited, overwhelmed, happy, glad, sad. You may even have a few tears here and there about life. You know, you will absolutely wonder how it's going to be later. You know, there's a lot of things that go through your mind. I've had 4 weeks to think about it, and I've had all those feelings. And yeah, I just keep myself occupied, finding things to do, doing some journaling, But those are the stages. So your dietitian, your clinical health nurse, dietitian, psychologist. Then you move on to see your surgeon. Then the anaesthetist, the house surgeon. You get a phone call from the theatre nurse for your date. And then you'll probably have to see your dietitian beforehand to get your pre-op diet started. And possibly your psychologist. Then, yay, surgery. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully this was informative, and anyone considering doing this op, the team here in Gisborne are great. They're really, really, really awesome people. Always positive. They keep in touch with you constantly. It's they're always there if you're not sure about something. I've had to ring them a couple of times about, can I have this instead of that? Because I want to do the right thing, but want to make sure too. Yeah, so it's been a good journey. I will get back before surgery, and possibly the day before. My next video will probably be about what I decided to take to the hospital. And yeah. Okay, guys, so thank you for watching. Yeah. Check out my other videos if you haven't seen them already. I've got a few. And yeah. If you like my video, click like, share it, subscribe if you haven't. Anyone that may be thinking about it, get them to watch this video, all my videos. So, yeah, it'll be helpful. Any information's better than none. It's, trying to struggle along this journey by yourself is not good. So, if you got, help out there, go get it. Okay. Thank you. Catch you later. Bye.